And welcome while we read about the Northwest Ordinance. The Northwest Ordinance is the first organized territory in the United States of America, and it was adopted as law, the piece of legislation that happened to make this happen, because an ordinance is a law, on July 13th, 1787. The Northwest Ordinance established a means and precedence by which the United States could expand westward. So this is the example that future pieces of land, as we expand out, this is the example they follow, because this is the first time we expand our territory after the Revolutionary War against Great Britain. The Northwest Ordinance of 1787 was created by the Articles of Confederation Congress. So this is a piece of legislation that predates the United States Constitution, and it created the very first organized territory of the United States. The ordinance, they were adopted by the Articles of Confederation Congress sitting in its very last session in 1787, right before the U.S. Congress under the U.S. Constitution came to pass. In sum, basically what it's saying, the Northwest Ordinance dealt with the territory acquired from Great Britain in the aftermath of the Revolutionary War, which gave us the land north of the Ohio River and east of the Mississippi River, which at that time would have been owned by Spain. It made 4 promises to 2 prospective states in the region. Of those first promises, the first one was that each would enter into the Union, quote, on an equal footing with the original states. So no different than the original states just because it came in later. Second, that revenue generated from the sale of a portion of each township in the state would go to fund public education, the first instance of federal aid for education in American history. Third, neither slavery nor involuntary servitude was to be allowed. So this is one of the first instances of no slavery, a seed that would later grow. And fourth, efforts would be made to respect the Indians in the territory. Think 5 civilized tribes under George Washington, John Adams, and Thomas Jefferson, long before Jackson comes along and messes all that up. In time, the Northwest Territories will become the states of Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. While the last of the ordinance was the most ill-kept, they're not going to treat the Indians very well, the third would prove crucial to the future history of the country. By federal mandate, each of the states in the Northwest Territories entered into the Union slave-free, a fact that would weigh heavily against the institution of slavery for years and would help bring about its ultimate end by providing vast resources to the Civil War to come. The Northwest Ordinance laid the rules for statehood. That's important. It said that each district could send 1 representative to Congress once it had a population of 20,000. So that's the first rule to become a state. And it would become eligible for statehood when its population equaled that of the least populated existing state. So you cannot become a state until your new potential state has at least as much population as the current least. So that's still the way it has to be. At the time, that meant having a population of 60,000 or greater. Future states, such as those from the Louisiana Purchase and the Oregon Territory, would also have to abide by these rules for statehood. So, hope you're learning, and I hope you're having a good time.